Picture this. You're back in your childhood home. The same clock ticks on the wall. The same curtains filter the light. Everything looks exactly how it used to, except you. And suddenly, you feel out of place in the place that once defined you. You find yourself acting smaller, softer, politer. You tuck away parts of who you've become so the room doesn't change too much. But deep down, a quiet question stirs. Why does becoming myself make me feel guilty? Because no one told you that growth sometimes means loss. You were raised to belong, not to become. When you grew up in a house where love was tied to obedience, belonging required sameness. You learned that if you changed too much, the people you loved might stop recognizing you. So now, when you evolve, your nervous system mistakes it for abandonment. You see it in the smallest moments. You avoid talking about what truly matters because you do not want to seem different. You shrink your happiness when your success makes others uncomfortable. You downplay your opinions just to keep the peace. You go home and slip back into the old version of you, the one who didn't speak too loudly, didn't ask for too much, did not want to make anyone feel small. And after every visit, you wonder why you feel both full and empty at the same time. There's this guy who moved to another city. He changed, healed, grew, learned how to talk about feelings, but every time he visits home, he laughs at jokes he no longer finds funny. He agrees with things he no longer believes, not because he's fake, but because deep down, he doesn't want to risk being unlovable. Maybe you're like that too, carrying the guilt of becoming someone your family wouldn't fully understand. Psychologically, this is survival. Your brain associates sameness with safety. Your nervous system learned long ago that acceptance keeps you alive. So when you grow beyond what your family knows, you're not just challenging tradition, you're challenging your wiring. That's why it feels so painful. But here's the quiet cost. My friend, you start living two lives. One that fits their story of you, and one that no one gets to see. You dim yourself just enough to belong, until belonging feels like disappearing. You start resenting the people you love, even when they've done nothing wrong. It's a slow kind of grief, losing connection. Not because love is gone, but because truth no longer fits in the old language. Then one day, something clicks. You realize the pain was never about leaving them behind. It was about betraying yourself to stay close. That's the moment the guilt begins to melt into grief. You're not rejecting them. You're just continuing your story where there's paused. You are not outgrowing them. You are outgrowing the version of you they once knew. So how do you heal that guilt? You start by holding both truths at once. Love and difference can coexist. You can visit without erasing yourself. You can honor their chapter without living inside it. Boundaries do not mean betrayal. They mean maturity. Try this. Write a letter to your younger self, the one who just wanted to be accepted. Tell them they don't have to earn love by staying small anymore. Practice boundary warmth, kindness with clarity. You can say no without closing your heart. And remind yourself often, distance doesn't mean disloyalty. It means evolution, because real love is not about never changing. It's about having the courage to keep becoming, and trusting that the love worth keeping will meet you where you're going. You're not leaving them behind. My friend, you're just finally walking the path they taught you to start.